Welcome to Ask Your Dad. This is episode 13. So we're fully remote now. We've moved remote, and we are bringing back the OGs from episode 1, Mike and Kellen.
It's back for lucky 13.
I know.
Yeah, I realized it was number 13.
Yeah, it's so I watched a comedy special last night. Have you guys seen the Tom Segura special he put out a couple of days ago?
I've seen it's out there. I haven't watched it yet, though.
It's too good. Did you see it, Mike?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, he talks about how he thinks it's like so stupid that people like just how people are superstitious just in general, but then he talks about how it's stupid that people skip the floor 13. Like grown adults are actually not building a floor because they're so, like not putting number 13 in because they're actually scared about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was going to skip 13, but we're just going to roll right through it after hearing that.
Yeah, I'm not really superstitious, but I do kind of believe in routine. And if that's part of someone's routine, then more power to them.
What do you mean routine? As far as skipping 13?
That's more a joke. But I don't know. People are superstitious about a lot of things. I don't know. People get a lot of routines where they do the same things every day because they feel like it centers them or whatever.
Yeah, that's a little bit of OCD though, I think too, right?
Yeah. Certainly.
I got to set 2 alarms on my phone, and the second one's always 2 minutes after the first, or I can't sleep.
No way.
I just set 70.
Oh, I set 1,000, but I always wake up on the first, and I always dismiss all the other ones.
And mine's never on it's never on like on the hour or on the 10. It's always like if I gotta get up at 7, it's 6:59 and 7:01.
No.
Yeah, that's
7:09, 7:11.
I'll never do
7:09, 7:11. That's like serial killer status.
I'll never do like 7 o'clock or 05 or 10. I never do 5s or 10s. I always do just like a random number. So it drives Sloan crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's psychopath. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, that's some serial killer stuff. Maybe that's like first signs. The first.
So waking up on an odd minute should be illegal.
It's an odd minute, an odd day under a dark moon.
Yeah, that shouldn't be legal at all. So I guess I don't consider myself superstitious, but I have these routines that call it what it is. But we're talking about setting our alarm clocks for a certain second. It's just habit.
Yeah, but I think the difference is that do you think that it's going to go do you think something bad's going to happen if you don't do that?
No, but it'll bug me if I set it a different way. It's the same thing when I set the volume on the radio or the TV. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, I think that's more just like, a routine or habit, right?
Yeah, just balance.
Just balance?
Yeah, you just got to be balanced. You can't be, be out of whack. Yeah,
just balanced.
Just finding equilibrium in your own life.
Just balanced in all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing this remote like the rest of the world. This coronavirus thing is just dragging. But the good thing is it's like the Renaissance for social media, Like there's never been a more funny time to be on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah. Between Corona and Tiger King, the U.S. is captivated.
Oh yeah. Well, people are just being so creative that it's going to be like, 30 years from now when our grandkids are in school, they're going to be like, in 2020, like some of the best memes ever put out, were created.
There really are some high quality memes.
That and just like the videos and content and just people are going freaking nuts,
Yeah.
My buddy Colby sent me this video yesterday or a couple days ago of this. I can't tell if it's a girl or a guy. I'm gonna play it and I'll let you decide. But it's basically like this person that has all the how like people have like the live, laugh, love paintings and all that garbage. Let me find it. Hold on. I cried. I was laughing so hard. Basically, I think this dude's like stuck at his parents' house or something, and so he makes this video, and I cried. But let me find it real fast. So not prepared. Oh man, where is it? Not there. Cool. Well, that was a big hype up for nothing. Can't find it. I'll find it.
It's quite the tease.
Yeah.
Oh, it was too good. I gotta find it. I gotta go back and find it. But yeah, between videos and then like all the kids' parents getting involved now, like and just funny videos and like TikToks and that thing that you sent me, Mike, with like the balls from TikTok. Oh my gosh, dude, it's too good. Let me see.
Yeah, I've seen some amazing content of some families dancing around and really getting into the just spirit of hanging out with your family.
The spirit of quarantine.
Yeah, it's like the spirit of Christmas, but it's instead of Christmas, it's quarantine.
Did TikTok do a 180 and now it's like dancing? It used to be just kids doing messed up stuff to their parents and other people.
Well, so I mean, there's buckets of content on there, but a lot of them are dances.
Yeah, it used to be the
TikTok dances. There's viral sound clips.
Yeah, Mike, like you used to say, it used to be the final frontier.
I mean, yeah, there's certainly still just some wild stuff on there, but I don't know, like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if it was like the early 90s and this happened. I mean, we used to go to Blockbuster and we used to rent like a video per weekend. It's like now we have just unlimited content. Or
you'd be rammed. Can you imagine Blockbuster? They probably wouldn't have gone out of business if this would have happened right before, you know?
Yeah, we owned like 4 movies growing up, and like 3 of them were like the Star Wars movies. So I would have just had that on repeat.
Yeah, I think we had like Airborne and like UHF. Remember that movie with Weird Al?
Yeah, we were Star Wars and The Grinch for us.
Yeah, I don't think we had any movies, so.
You just weren't rocking any of the VHSs, Kellen?
I never watched movies until I still don't watch a ton of movies, but I never watched movies till I was probably outside of high school.
What series are you guys watching right now? Obviously, Tiger King that's a given.
I'm watching Peaky Blinders by recommendation of the man hosting this podcast.
Oh, dude, Peaky Blinders is unreal.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I'm liking it. I'm only on season 3, so I was a little late to the game, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, the Birmingham accents are too money on that show.
Sometimes though, I can't. Like sometimes I don't understand what they're saying. I have to listen to it about 7 times to catch the English accent. Especially when I can't blare it as loud as possible when the kids are asleep. I'm like, what'd they just say?
Sometimes you just gotta roll with it.
I'm like, I see context clues.
When they bring in the Irish people too, good luck. Can't understand like.
Oh yeah.
And then like Thomas Shelby's like Gypsy Family. Oh, he can't understand.
Oh yeah. That's about all I'm watching though currently. That's random stuff here and there.
I'm rewatching Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David, the guy that created Seinfeld, and then I'm also watching. I started Succession. I'm about halfway through the first season. It's all right.
What's it called? Certain Succession?
It's just Succession.
Oh, Succession.
It's about a rich family in New York City. The dad's health is kind of failing and trying to pass the torch on a family business.
Oh, how stressful. We've moved to like very humorous shows just because like everyone's so stressed already. I'm like, I don't want to get like just and pile it on. We've been watching Schitt's Creek a lot.
Oh,
trying to get on caught up. It's like it's almost done now, but you have to download this.
I'm watching that too.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek is unreal. Just David.
Super funny.
Yeah.
And but the only thing dumb about it is you have to download the Pop Sugar app, which is the dustiest app you've ever seen.
It's on Netflix.
Really? Well, the season, 5 seasons are on Netflix, but the latest season you can watch like through. I mean, unless you have Pop Sugar or whatever, but I don't have TV. I just have 1,000 streaming services, so you can download. Anyways, Pop Sugar is like it's this dusty Canadian network. So, the one show we have started watching, that's actually pretty funny, because I'm like, I wanted to show we can start with the girls and watch with them, so like there's something to do, you know, so it's not just them watching TV and us in the other room.
Yeah.
So we started Boy Meets World all over again.
Dude, how good is that?
It is. It's like funnier as an adult.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because there's so many. Like we were watching it yesterday, and me and Sloan were rolling. Dude, you can just. It's like funnier as an adult because the parents' jokes are almost like funny. As funny, if not funnier, than the kids' jokes.
Yeah, well, there's two different like layers of jokes, right? There's for the kids and for the adults, so you can enjoy it around too.
The dad just complains about bills nonstop and about like mortgage payments and stuff, and it's just so funny and too relatable. It's too good.
It's come full circle for you now.
No, dude, I'm too old. All right, well, let's start with these first questions. So the first question I put up on Instagram for this week is basic. What was it? What's a lie you told your kid once that you can't set straight now? So this is like, I mean, obviously the first one that came to mind for a lot of people was like, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, which I don't really feel like that's a lie. I feel like that's a given. Like you didn't make that up, someone else made
it. You can't be blamed for that. I mean, who's blaming their folks for that?
You can't be teaching you can't be trying to teach a 4-year-old. So yeah, Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah, that's tradition.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm gonna read some of the good ones. What do you guys have before I go through these? Do you guys have any for this?
I have a pretty good one. Mike, you can go first if you got one.
Yeah, so for me, I don't have any like specific examples, but I do. I mean, you guys know I like to joke around a lot. I'm not always serious, and so when I try to get serious with my children, they just think I'm still joking around until I have to essentially lose my mind for them to start listening. So, I've gotten into it where I just joke around too much, and now my kids don't take me seriously. So it's like, yeah, that's where we're at.
You got to carry a Switch with you.
I know. I got to put up like, when you go to Tucanos and you have that thing on your table, it's like red light, green light. I need like some indicator for whether or not I'm actually being serious.
Yeah, that's unreal. We for mine, I think that, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've told them stuff that I don't remember now, but it happens all the time where, especially Coco, she calls me out and she'll be like, it was like 2 weeks later, something will happen. And she'll be like, Dad, you said if I did this, then, if I did this, I would get sick, or if I did this, then and she's like, I get sick or whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, relax, like she takes everything way too literally. So I don't know if that's like I try to exaggerate, and I like a lot of people said the same thing. They use a ton of fear tactics.
Yeah.
To, like make sure, that something bad won't happen or whatever. And then they call me out on it. Or like the most annoying thing is they'll be like, this isn't really a lie, but they'll be like, hey, when can we do this? I'm like, give me like 10 seconds and I'll be over there. And then they'll sit and count to 10. Oh, I get irate when that happens.
That's too funny.
I get pissed. I'm like, not actually 10 seconds, but why'd you say 10 seconds?
Yeah, the problem is they take everything literally. They can't just like contextualize it.
Yeah, I don't know what at what age sarcasm develops. I thought like we had it way young, but I guess not. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach my daughter sarcasm, but she's not getting it. But for mine, I mean, you two should both relate to this. I mean, I think my wife posted on your poll, Nate, but you guys are both girl dads as well. So with Mabel, after bath, shower, whatever, you come out, dry their hair, and then you try and brush it. And for a while, her hair was, down past her shoulders. And it's just gnarled to high hell, So we kept saying like, oh, like there's rat's nests in your hair. It's like, oh, there's really rats in your hair. I'm like, oh yeah, there's rats in there. We got to get them out. Like, I see a big rat right there. I better get it. Because she hates rats. And so if I tell her that, she just stands stock still and basically just sits there through the pain as I rip through her hair. And obviously I try to do it as gently as possible, but so she still believes that there's like literal rats that get in her hair. And the dad's just brushing them out with a hairbrush. So I've tried to like slowly back off and not bring attention to it as much anymore. Every once in a while, it's like, oh, is there a rat in there? I'm like, oh yeah, there's a couple little ones, or oh, I got the big mama out of there, Anyway.
Tell me one thing harder than combing kids' hairs, though.
It's impossible. It's like I try and hold the hair above and pull down so it's not like ripping out of their scalp, and detangler this and that. And anyway.
Yeah, I gave up. Maddie does her own hair if Jenny's not around to do it. I can't be held responsible.
You don't even try?
No, absolutely, certainly not. I mean, normally I shave my head. Like, how am I going to comb hair?
No, you gotta get the wet brush and you just freaking roll it through. It still gets caught every 3 seconds, and then I don't do their hair. I'm not claiming to be some like salon person, but I just like throw it in a pony and call it good.
See, I did it once. I used half a bottle of detangler, and it just didn't go well. And Jenny was like, "You can't use that much detangler, so don't ever do that."
You just unscrewed the cap and poured it on, or what?
Just dumped it on Maddie's head.
Just soaked the hair, man.
Yeah, I got a wet brush in my arsenal now. I'm the same as Nate. I can throw it in a ponytail if I need to, but I can't be. I'm not to braid status yet.
Yeah, I can do it. The girls don't trust me with anything, so they like barely let me put it in a ponytail, but they get pissed when I this rarely happens, but let me braid it. And they're like, no, you don't do it like mom does. So I've been trying to, and I think I've sat through one tutorial with Sloan where, I'm like, teach me how to do their hair. This is dumb that I don't know how to do their hair. It would just save so much time because Sloan will do one and then the other one has to wait to get in line or whatever. And I'm like, let me go to the other bathroom and figure out how to do their hair. But I just have to take lessons. I don't know. My kids don't trust me. So, but
also to be trusted personally. Just kidding.
At what age do you get to go? At what age do they just do their own too? Sloan said it wasn't until junior high for her. I'm like, what in the world?
Maddie's been doing it for years, literally 2 years.
Plus. She blow dries her own hair.
So if we need to do it up for pictures and a special event, Jenny will do it.
Special event.
But if it's just regular day, Maddie can pull her hair back into her own ponytail and she makes it look fine.
Yeah, the girls can do their own ponytail. Well, kind of. They can kind of do their own, but yeah, if it needs to be blow dried or curl or anything like that, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, on the mornings where Jenny's worked a night shift and she comes back in and I've got to get Maddie up for school. Maddie runs the show.
Yeah, you fathom you put that thing around a curler and you wait 3 seconds too long and all of a sudden it's just the tightest curl you've ever seen. And they just look like Annie. You're around.
Yeah, I've never tried the curler. I've never gotten that brave outside of a wet brush and a brush.
I'll give you $100 next time your Mabel gets out of the bath or whatever to try to blow dry her hair and see what your wife does. Can you fathom? She'd be like, "What are you doing?"
It'll look like an afro.
Yeah, I use a little blow dryer on my beard on the daily, so I know on that, but that's it.
I can't remember the last time I turned one on. I might have been 5 years old in my parents' bathroom.
Yeah, my beard's
You blow dry the beard every day?
Yeah, or else it's just super curly, and my mustache will just be up on my eyeball if I don't. I'll have to blow dry it down and train it to go down.
Hardcore.
Yeah, that's some next level dedication.
Yeah, I almost shaved my entire beard and mustache today, honestly, just for a change. I was
really.
Yeah, I was I'm just gonna do this. No one's gonna see me for the next 6 weeks, anyways.
I'm growing my hair out. It's long. It's still so bad. Remember we talked about it a few episodes ago. It's even worse. It couldn't look worse.
You're just thinning that thing out as long as possible?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and grow it out and get it long enough to put a ponytail in.
You're lying. No, you're not.
just do the wispy comb over.
That's out. You gotta pick that thing. I should grow mine out. It's gonna be stunned. Can you?
I know. I'm literally gonna grow it back until I have to go to work, and then I'll make a decision on how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, Nate, don't shave your mustache. Grow that thing out. Grow your hair out up top.
Just the single swoopy patch on top that comes down to my beard.
I gotta see it. We gotta see that. You gotta bring that back.
Oh yeah, it'd be so brutal. I showed the girls a picture of me when I was in high school, and they could not fathom. They're like, "Well, why did you get rid of your hair?" They thought it was a choice I made. I was like, "You guys are idiots." Obviously, I would keep that. I had long. I mean, we all had D's hair back in the day.
Yeah,
sad times. Okay, let me get to some of these answers now that we went off topic. Okay, so this is back to the lie you told your kid can't sit straight. So Lyle the second. This is Lyle the second. Why did I can't think of his name.
Lyle Bingham?
No, Lyle.
The Star Wars enthusiast that was in our grade.
Yeah. Oh, how bad! I literally just forgot.
LJ.
LJ.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why, because no one knows who Lyle is. Anyways, Lyle II. There's bad guys living. So this is what he told his kid. There's bad guys living outside that will come get us if we're not in bed on time. That is crazy.
Well, that's always a nightmare feel. Your kids don't ever recover from stuff like that.
No, I talked about this on one of the episodes of Kyson, my younger brother Kyson, but his 3-year-old like truly believes that Pennywise is gonna like eat him if he can like summon him up. Yeah, Kyson showed him the whole video of like the scene where he eats a kid under the bleachers. Like showed his 3-year-old that, and so now his 3-year-old's stunned. Just scare tactics.
Call the police. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, dude, that's child abuse. That's
we need CPS.
That's top tier child abuse. Sachi Thornley says, when Penny was little, we told her that the light that is reflected off shiny objects were fairies. That's actually cute.
That's neat.
Yeah, that's a decent lie that you got to keep that up.
Yeah, I've told Mabel a ton of fairy things. Like she thinks there's fairies in the trees and in the woods, and whenever we go on walks, wherever my wife takes her up in the mountains, like on hikes, she always does little things like that just to keep her interested.
Oh yeah, how deep is that she just thinks that? And then, awesome. And then eventually, when she gets older, she'll realize you were just too good at parents.
Yeah,
she won't be like mad at you for that. She'll just be like, "Oh, that was cute,"
Yeah, I tried to get into the St. Patrick's Day spirit and do the whole leprechaun trap thing,
Yeah.
And like had a couple like real gold coins, like the whatever those gold dollar pieces. I can't remember who's on there. It's like it's like Native American / I guess that's the proper term, not Indian, but yeah, it's Native American princess on there.
Immigrant.
No, it's a Native American princess on there. Anyway, so long story short, now she just keeps saying every night, like, "Hey, let's trap that leprechaun and get his gold."
She's just trying.
She's got gold fever.
Did you show her that video of the Mobile, Alabama leprechaun?
No, I need to though.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
The drawing that you got, the guy's like the police sketch of it or whatever.
The amateur sketch of the leprechaun.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh. Yeah, we did the leprechaun thing too, and we I ended up just totally muffing the footprints, and I got so pissed. I mean, I had green dye, and I'm like, oh, I'll just hurry and do it, and I thought I just dropped it with like a Q-tip and tried to draw it, and I just muffed the entire thing, and it was like a note they had written, and so then I had to cut around it, and it was the biggest fight I ever married, probably. I was pissed.
Magic
all right, here's the next one. Dayton Jones 7 or D Jones Z. Dayton Jones. That we always obey the laws, but Dad, you go faster than the speed limit signs all the time. Well, that's true. I get called out by that all the time.
Really got him there.
Yeah, the girls call me out on the seatbelt on the daily. And then I used to be able to line my way out of it. And now they just get stunned. And then one time we were on the freeway. This is like 6 months ago, and we got pulled over. And I'm like, what in the world? I thought it wasn't speeding or anything. The cop came up and she was like, "Hey, I'm pulling you over because you don't have your seatbelt on." And she looked in the car, saw the girls, and gave me a warning. And then she's like, "Hey, you guys," and she like looked back at the girls. She's like, "All right, you guys need to tell your daddy to wear your seatbelt." And Nora's like, "I tell him every time we get in the car to wear it." It was so bad. It was bad.
Yeah, that same thing happened to me, actually. I was driving down the road, but I actually had my seatbelt on, but the shoulder strap was under my arm. And we got pulled over, and the police officer was like, "You don't have your seatbelt on." I was like, "Oh, actually, I do." He's like, "Oh, you got to put it over your shoulder." I was like, I don't know how this guy spied it. Like, we were going 80 past the Provo exit on our way down to St. George, and he pulled me over because he's like, "I couldn't see your seatbelt on." I was like, "It's here. Like, it's just under my arm."
Yeah, that will jack you up. If you got a wreck and it was under, I feel like you might as well not have one on.
It's just so much more comfortable. I mean, at any rate, we can debate the right way to wear a seatbelt later. But it was so after we got pulled over, we head off. The cop gave me a warning, so we get back on the road. About 10 seconds later, I put the seatbelt back under my arm, and Maddie freaked out. She thought I was going to jail. She got hysterical, thought the cop was going to come pull me back over. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah, can you fathom if it was really that like enforced and a cop just pulled me? Yeah, every time the Nora will tell me, like, we'll be driving 10 feet and I'll be like, she'll be like, Dad, put your seatbelt on. I'm like, okay, I'll do it in a second. And then she's like, hey, I don't care if you get arrested and go to jail. I'm like, she goes right to the extreme, and she's a lot like me though, like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Matt Wyhour, I once pointed out someone with a cochlear implant. I don't think I said that right. Maybe I
Cochlear.
I don't know. When I caught the first half of that, I thought it was going down a different path.
with a hearing aid, and told my daughter he was a robot.
What?
That's unreal. Jenny Flake, okay, so she says that he ate loin steak and not lion. He was so excited that 5 years later I can't tell him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's rough. His kid's like her kid's like 15 too. Grant, yeah, not your Grant's inappropriate as always. Colby Price says, telling Braley to tell the ticket booth that she is really 5 and not 6 to get her a free lift pass. That's good. That never works for me. My kids will just rat me out every time.
That's just pragmatic. I like that.
Yeah. And then the last one for this one, as far as the lies you've told that you can't get out of now, is Jess Mitten says that smog lives behind the West Mountains. Another fear tactic. That's unreal.
This is the Hobbit now?
Yeah, there's the smogs behind.
Oh yeah, we use fear tactics on a daily. That's my main go-to, honestly. I'll be like,
I use those too.
It's bad. I mean, you can try, especially right now, you can try civil parenting, I guess, or logical, but I go to the drastic measures every time.
I try and take stuff away, but it doesn't really work. So maybe I should try some good old fashioned fear.
I know. The problem is the older they get, the harder it is because they don't believe you.
Yeah, I guess I've never tried it, so maybe it'll be effective for a while. Yeah,
you might as well take advantage while you can. Okay, so the next question. So this is about quarantine. Has anarchy set in your home yet? So by this meaning, like, we started off strong as far as like, hey, we're going to have a structure. We're going to, do the homeschool thing and just like go to bed at a regular time. This isn't a summer break. We don't know how long this is going to be. And now it's just freaking zero rules, complete anarchy at our house. Like, so it's Sunday right now. We're recording this. So Friday night, our girls have been waking up at 11 o'clock every day, like literally this summer, going to bed at whenever, waking up at 11, they hang out, they do their hour of homework, and then we do whatever when I get home from work. But they go to bed, like, we basically just tell them, as long as you're in your room, like, do whatever you want. You guys can stay up, just be quiet. We're watching our movies down here, right? So like Friday night, so it's gotten like loosier and loose, like as far as the rules have just gone out the window. So Friday night, we're telling them, they're like, all right, you guys can stay in your rooms. You guys can turn the lights on, read, do whatever you want. You can play in each other's rooms. You just have to like be quiet. And so we come up to go to bed. It's like probably 11:30, and the girls are still wide awake, and they had gotten markers and just completely tatted each other out, like their entire bodies, like face tattoos, sleeve, like marker on. And then I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we gave each other tattoos. And like their entire bodies were covered in marker. My girls are 6 and 8. They're not like little kids, And I'm like, all right, well, just go to bed, and it was just like, that's kind of the point we're at now with it's just like everyone's going crazy. Anything goes, ice cream at 9 a.m. No one cares what we're eating. It's just like insane.
They saw your ink, Nate, and they took it to heart.
I know. Coco keeps asking me when my tattoo is gonna rub off. She's so stunned.
Yeah, so for us, it started off as like Christmas vacation or summer break. Like we were pretty loose, and we were like, it's just going to be for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Now that it seems to be longer, we've tried to get a little bit of a schedule or a routine going, but it's been
tightening the reins.
It's been tightening things up, but it's been tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I need to keep reminding myself to stay patient with my kids because they're just cooped up all day. So when I was first working from home for the first couple of days, I get mad at all these little things, but then just keeping in mind that they can't really go outside and play, and they're not seeing their friends, and it's just as difficult, if not more difficult, for them. Just trying to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, I mean, I don't know. My kids are a little older than your kids, so. But my wife, we just try to use any reward as kind of like a carrot. So for her, it's like, hey, you can watch a show, but you got to make your bed and bring your dishes over to the sink, and then you got to do your upstart, the little pre-K type stuff. And once you do that, you can turn on the show. So for us, it's been just kind of, but it's gotten worse because she now that carrot's no longer as big anymore. And she realizes she'll watch a show regardless of what she does at some point because it'll just break.
Yeah.
So it's just squeeze stuff in where you can find it, basically, wherever you can find time or give it do something somewhat good. If not, it's just have at it.
Yeah.
You need to up the ante, Kellen, to increase your rewards.
Off the ante. Yeah, Coco lost her mind today, or maybe it was yesterday. She just was in a bad mood. We went and got lunch, and then we were trying to play. It's not, the weather hasn't been great here in Utah, so it's just barely starting to get warm enough to be able to go outside and stuff. But she's just was being just freaking nightmare, and and just getting all mad. And I'm like, dude, you got to chill. And then she just broke down, and she's like, I hate this whole thing. I'm sick of not seeing my friends. She just lost it. And I'm like, I can understand where they're coming from, but I kind of agree with you, Mike, where I'm normally not very patient anyways, but then with this has just made it even worse because, you're trying to work. Because then we're obviously all stressed. The economy is going to shit. And it's I don't know. It's just crazy. But for the kids, it's just all they're just going through it, not seeing their friends, and they're just too stunned. So I saw this.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it. No, I just get real quick. It's I think it's those external factors that cause me to blow my top. It's not so much what they do. It's I'm stressed about this at work, or I'm stressed about the economy going on the toilet, and I just end up taking out on them, which is not good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a million funny memes right now about and this is just couples, not even about kids, but I saw one today that said it was a tweet that said, my wife and I play this fun game during quarantine. It's called Why Are You Doing It That Way? And there are no winners.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier. I don't know. It's been hard not being able to go out. I mean, obviously I miss not being at restaurants or being able to socialize. I like to see a lot of different groups of people because I have a lot of different hobbies, and I have certainly felt isolated, but I mean, on the flip side, it's been fun to spend some extra time with my kids in situations where I normally wouldn't get to interact with them.
Yeah.
Just because I'm at home and I can take a 15-minute break, or I can make lunch, or we can play a quick game in the afternoon. It's been fun, but it's also been really difficult because I miss going out a ton. I bought a Traeger grill actually because I missed going out to eat so much, and I was like, well, if we can't go out for a few more months, I need something to enhance my meals here at home.
Yeah, you got out the ante, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I took it to the next level. I got a Traeger. It's supposed to be coming tomorrow, actually.
Oh, that's unreal. How do we come by and just
I love the Traeger.
No contact steak drape off?
Well, yeah, you guys can just walk into my backyard. I've got that gate, and you come back, you stand 6 feet apart, everyone grabs a cut of meat, and then we'll have designated areas, and then we'll just
a designated dining area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unreal. Yeah, I think everyone's they have so much time that now they're doing stuff with their kids they normally wouldn't because they're too busy or whatever. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there has been some good Couple more. So a couple examples on this. And or you guys, is that all you guys had to say on the Anarchy thing?
Yeah, basically.
All right, a couple more examples. So Gabriel Chow said, yes, we got a dog, which, yeah, my brother just bought a dog today too. People are just buying stuff because they're bored.
Yeah, we were thinking about getting a dog like a month or two ago, but we obviously put it off. We're not going to get one now.
Yeah. Dayton Jones says, TV whenever they want, just be quiet. Bedtime is getting later. Kids' voices are getting louder. Yeah.
He needs some noise-canceling headphones from Spokane, I think.
I know. He'll contact your boy over here, Michael, and he'll hook you up with a deal.
Yeah, I can get you guys friends and family discount. Just reach out to me at the damnedest thing if you need some headphones.
Yeah, slide in Mike's DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Miss Scheller says, today I walked in the kitchen to find my 3-year-old cutting duct tape with adult scissors and my 5-year-old's arms and legs taped to the floor and her mouth taped shut. Oh boy. Audrey Hunter, CJ put our kids to bed at 6:30 p.m. so the kids have been up since 4:30. That's insane.
That is so rough.
Colby Price says bedtime is out the window. Yeah, bedtime is long gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't lost all concept of time, but I have certainly screwed up days where like it almost feels like Groundhog's Day and I'm doing the same things, but I'm not sure what day it is exactly, like day of the week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, I lose days of the week all the time.
I mean, every day kind of feels like a weekend. It feels like a weekend that you're having to work a little bit remotely because you're busy.
Yeah.
That's seriously what every day feels like.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially with like restaurants closing, it feels like it's almost like Sunday every day, you know?
Feels like a mixture of Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh yeah.
As far as like looking at the restaurants when you drive around and see hardly any cars, most stores are closed, but like there are some that are open.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good comparison. Jess Minton says our 2-year-old does whatever the hell she wants. She doesn't put on clothes. She clothes it. She's in PJs. She stays up I guess she's actually, what do you say? Oh, I guess she's actually 3 now, but we've totally given up with her. We are total pushover. She stays up hours after the other kids go to bed. She eats whatever snacks make her happy. Yeah. Kids are just out fending for themselves these days.
The kids are going feral.
Oh yeah. Everyone is going feral. I forgot to read one from the last question. Sometimes people send me longer answers about what's a lie you told your kids. So Ryan Evans sent me this, and I had it on my screenshot. But so he says, I don't have a kid, but my sister didn't want her daughter when she was like 2 years old to touch anything in a public bathroom. So she told her, you'll get sick if you touch anything. And for the past 2 years, she will fight and scream to avoid public bathrooms because she doesn't want to get sick. It got real bad.
So I've told my daughter that too. So Mabel touches nothing.
Oh yeah.
She's like she'll still go in there with me, but she always tells me, no, Dad, I haven't touched anything. I'm touching it. I'll wash my hands. I'm like, all right, don't touch anything.
Yeah, that's how I used to be with Nora too when she was younger. But then sometimes I'll be like, all right, put your hand on the pole and then move or something. And she's like, I can't touch it. I'm like, well, no, you can, but like, you probably shouldn't. And yeah, the lies get mixed up bad.
No matter what I tell Henry, he touches everything, and so like I just have to like almost like kick his hands away, or like if I'm away from him, like just slap his arms away from touching anything, because he literally, if I let him go for 2 seconds, he'd be head down in the toilet,
just lapping the water.
Yeah, I mean he'd be putting on his swimsuit thinking he was sitting in the hot tub.
Yeah, there's nothing. Tell me one thing worse than public bathrooms.
That's probably top of the list, I think.
Yeah, especially when you go to like a park that just like looks like a campground bathroom.
Oh, if that's the case, we have a little like kid potty. I just take her back to the car and have her sit in the potty in the car and just empty that thing on the ground.
That's brutal.
She's not taking. She's not taking. Kids aren't taking dumps in it though. So
yeah, boys are 1,000 times easier.
Yeah, boys easy.
Imagine,
but yeah, I mean, she's not like pooping in it, but like if she's got to pee, I'm just like, hey, let's use this little plastic training potty type deal rather than go in that public restroom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boys, you can just send them anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, Henry, he'll just be playing outside. He'll just take a second and go wherever he wants.
Oh yeah, my dad taught me that early on. As a kid, my mom would find me peeing everywhere we were, just pulling up the side of people's houses and side of businesses and just having at it. So there's no need to come in to use a toilet. Just go pee wherever.
Yeah, I feel like back when we were kids, that was like, that was the go-to. I mean, probably still now, but even back, like people are probably a little bit nervous now because people are way more uptight.
Yeah, you got to hide it.
Good point.
You can hide your little boys pretty easy. Henry peed in I don't know. We were either in Disneyland or Harry Potter Land, and we were in a line like an hour and a half. And he's like, "I got to go to the bathroom," and he was just barely learning the potty train. And so we lifted him over a fence into like some bushes. And he was, he's young. He's like 3. So he was like, he didn't really know what was going on. And he was like 5 feet away from us, but hidden. And it got kind of weird.
Yeah. You're just like, go between those bushes.
Well, he was like far enough away that like I couldn't control him. So like he finished and then he was like running around in the bushes. And it's like, Henry, come back.
That is wild. That's crazy. That was the last one for Has Anarchy set in. One thing that I thought was, I saw this last night. I don't know if you guys follow Taft on, they do like boots and stuff, different, it's a shoe company, but they did like a live stream or whatever yesterday on Instagram, and their founder basically was just like answering questions and stuff, but he like went off on a tangent for a while, and it was super relatable. So he's basically talking about how he's like sick of everybody posting like, here's 3 useful tips to grow during this time of quarantine, or this is how you can like learn a new skill, or this is how you can like hone a new, I don't know, new hobby. And he's like, I'm so sick of seeing all these things and all these like quotes about like, if you didn't grow during this time, then you're just lazy or whatever. And he's like, no one cares. He's like, this is the most stressful time we've ever gonna live through. Like everyone's just in straight survival mode,
Absolutely.
Like, that's the same for me. I'm so sick of seeing like people's like, this is my workout routine, and this is like, if you want to eat healthy during quarantine time, here's what you're gonna do, or sign up for my MLM and we can make extra money during this time. That's like, dude, everyone's just trying to literally not go bankrupt right now.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And like I'm coming out of this quarantine 35 pounds heavier. I've never cared. Like I'm just planning on it. And there's like, that's what you do. You're home, you're literally eating and watching shows. That's it. If you're doing more than that, then you're either lying or you got issues. But
so I actually think I might lose weight through quarantine only because I'm eating out less. And so I think I'm taking in less calories because I'm cooking my own meals. Because before I went out to eat probably, if not once, twice a day. So So now I'm cooking a lot. Now I think I'm an amateur chef, and I'm certainly not. But
I spent 45 minutes a day trying to make hash browns out of like potatoes, like actually cutting potatoes up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And no one's ever guessed the right ratio of how many potatoes you need for hash browns.
It's probably only 1 or 2.
Oh no, I had 4 large Idaho spuds. They were massive.
You got to pre-bake them, Nate. You got to pre-bake them.
Well, I didn't pre-bake them. I boiled them. But my point is, Sloan already ate breakfast. I was like gonna have Coco try these hash browns, and I found some recipe, and I got 4 massive potatoes. I'm like, 4 is probably enough.
Yeah.
And I literally ended up chopping them into like cubes, and it was a bowl enough for 17 people. And that was the longest I've cooked this whole time. So I'm opposite Mike. We've been eating out probably more just because that's like one thing I don't want to worry about is like the stress of cooking. But I really wish I was good and like liked cooking, and I want to get into cooking eventually, but I'm just like not patient enough for it.
Yeah. I've really actually cooked a ton over the quarantine. Like I'd say Probably 4 out of 7 meals I'm probably making dinner or at least assisting on.
Wow.
See, I do like 90% of the cooking at the house anyway. So
You a big cooker?
No change for me. Oh yeah.
You're just chef.
I do all the cooking basically already. I mean, Melissa can, but normally it's like, hey, you wrangle the kids and I'll cook.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of takeout, finding which places are good at takeout and which places suck. But yeah, I don't know. I'm 100% going to gain weight. And then at home, I just snack all the time. That's the problem. Normally I'm on the go. And like, if it's a weekend, like I leave my house at 7 a.m. I don't see the door till midnight. But but now that you're just home all day, I'm like, oh, got to go back through the kitchen to get to the other room. I might as well stop by and see what's in the fridge,
Yeah, really.
One
of my guilty pleasures has been baths. I take 2 or 3 baths a day, I think. I mean, I'm in the bath right now, actually. So
that's unreal.
You're just pruned up like every 2-3 times a day.
It kind of feels like you're going. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's not like you're going to the pool or something, but yeah, it's like almost like, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of time for myself here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, especially now, like we're supposed to be in Arizona this week for spring break, and obviously that's got kiboshed, but that's one thing I cannot wait to do is just travel again. I'm like freaking go nuts. I just want to go somewhere.
Yeah, we're fortunate because my folks have that place down in St. George. So Jenny actually went down there yesterday. She took the kids down because I'm going to be pretty busy at work over the next week or so. So she went down. She'll be down there for a few days.
Oh, that's unreal.
They're not going anywhere, though. They're just staying at the house. So she packed a big cooler.
Hoarding up in there.
Yeah, but they got the pool, so.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's unreal. Okay, a couple more. So I put another question on here. We'll wrap up here soon because I don't know how long this recording service crap works, and so since this is the first time we've done it, so I put one thing in that says, "What questions do you want us to discuss? Anything's free game." So a couple people put up some topics. This is the one that I saw first, as Gabriel Chow said, kids versus no kids during quarantine. How unreal would it be to have no kids during
hell.
It would be, well, so I'm living it a little bit just because Jenny went out of town. I don't know. I've had fun with my kids, but I could see the appeal of like not having to deal with taking care of a child during this time. It'll
be unreal.
Pros and cons for sure.
Phenomenal.
What pros? What pros are there?
I don't see
kids.
Yeah, I don't see many pros for having kids personally.
I played a lot of games. Henry and I started playing Halo 1, the campaign. Like, I'm having a good time. I feel like if I was by myself or just with my spouse and I couldn't bounce anything off of anyone else or interact with anyone else, and it was just them, it might be a little bit harder for me. But
you go crazy.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you're obviously making the best out of your situation now with kids, and so are we. And but I'm saying if you didn't have kids, how unreal.
See, I'm already like borderline antisocial. I mean, I'm like talking on this podcast to 2 out of like the 20 people on earth I like and care about seeing. So it's like not that big of a deal for me. I mean, if I had no kids, I mean, or if I was even single back in college, you can quarantine me for 6 months and I'll just be chilling, not that big of a deal. But I think it'd be better if the kids were a little older, but I mean, I got a 14-month-old and a 4-year-old. So it's like,
yeah,
it's constant. I mean, my 14-month-old, like your life begins again when you can turn your kid loose in the house and not worry about them shocking themselves or cutting themselves or like choking,
Oh yeah.
And since I'm not right in the middle of that, we can't just be like, all right, go cruise around. We'll see you in 2 hours, So yeah, I think there'd be a lot of pros to no kids during this time.
I think it's just fun for me because I get to enjoy some of my hobbies that Jenny doesn't enjoy that Henry kind of does. Like it seems like for the last week, he and I have watched a Marvel movie every day. And it's just been, I don't know, it's fun. Obviously, like you said, I'm making the best of my situation, but
that's unreal. I mean, I think that part is cool, obviously, but like even when our buddy Coda was like, hey, it's really nice not having kids right now, like
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't know. My kids sleep in. Your kids sleep in too, Nate. It's like, I don't know. If my kids were getting up at 6 a.m. every morning, I'd be suicidal. That would be, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can you fathom?
No. I mean, my kids are like your kids. They'll sleep in as long as we want them to. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't imagine I don't know. Even, I mean, no kids being married, no kids would be unreal. No kids being single, no, like that kind of no kids. Like my brother David is stuck in a house with 4 roommates. And
yeah, that would be fun as hell.
That'd be unreal.
Yeah, that might be.
Like newly married during quarantine and you're just going to Pound Town twice, 3 times a day would probably be unreal too. And living in fantasy land there, maybe not, but.
When you got that all you can eat pass.
All you can eat pass. You're just doing the horizontal mambo.
That's that Olive Garden all you can eat pass, I think.
Just never ending pasta bowl.
Yeah. When you're here, your family.
But I don't know. But I also read saw a bunch of memes where like any kids born in 9 months from now will for sure be first children, you know.
Oh, given.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just think it's funny that. I mean, it's not like like everyone's extra stressed, but it is. That's exactly like what it's like. But yeah, no kids would be. I imagine you would just be watching TV 24/7. And just doing 1,000 different Netflix series, you know, and then just eating nonstop.
Oh, it's like, I can sleep in till ever long I want. I can take a nap. I mean, my kids aren't up at the crack of dawn, but like if they're past 8:30, I'm counting my blessings, you know. So
yeah,
like,
I mean, but you still have to work though. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm saying I still got to work. I'm saying like on weekends though.
Oh, weekends would
nice, especially on weekends with no kids would be unreal. You know.
Yeah, I can't fathom. Yeah,
like if this had happened in college, if this happened in college, I'd be just walking down the street celebrating. You know, like I don't have to go to class anymore, and I can just chill, and I have Netflix and stuff at my fingertips, and I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been stressed at all.
I got Netflix and a $1,200 check coming my way that I will.
Sign me up.
Yeah, can you fathom?
You wouldn't be twisting my arm to get me to stay away from people, you know. But yeah, now it's with a job and kids. I mean, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's anyways good topic, Gabes. But I'll bring up the other ones later. There's a couple other discussions, but I'll bring those up on another podcast. Couple from. Like Adam Jacobs says, like how much screen time are people okay with? We'll do that on another episode. Different parenting tips for tantrums and fits. That's a good topic too. So, yeah, and then we'll talk about those in different episodes. But yeah, dude. So I guess any tips or tricks, guys, for before we end this thing on staying sane during the quarantine. Lots of baths.
I mean, lots of baths, certainly. I saw a funny meme that said, half of the folks coming out of quarantine are going to be excellent at cooking, and then the other half of the folks are going to be alcoholics.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know which boat I will end up in, but probably
only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell.
You might have a leg in both camps, Mike. You're lucky.
Yeah,
a leg in both camps. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have any tips or advice. I would just say never pass up a good snack or a good meal. That's my motto during this time.
Yeah, seriously. I've never eaten so much. Yeah, my only advice is just we're all in survival mode. Everyone just needs to send more memes my way. I just need, like I said at the start of the episode, this is going to be 20 years from now, 30 years from now. This is going to be known as the renaissance of Instagram. So
yeah. we need to figure out a way to get outside, whether it's pickleball or golf or something. In the next week, I need to go be outside for a few hours.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. Hopefully, this thing's going to last for years. This is rough, but
yeah, we're still 2 months away. So
yeah, at least maybe we can just drive across the street and play long pickleball across the street or something.
Play lawn darts, long distance lawn darts.
Yeah, we do like throw a frisbee across the street.
Yeah, what a great time to be a gamer, though. Like all the gamers are like, this is just my normal routine. I see everyone online.
Yeah, people don't. Yeah, seriously, that's one good thing. My younger brothers are hardcore gamers, and they're probably just living their best life right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, fellas. Well, thanks for joining me, and we'll probably catch you on another episode here. I'm
happy to do it whenever.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your bath, Mike, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, will do.
We'll see ya.